Hello, good evening, and welcome to a video on tenses today. So today we're going to have an explanation of the present continuous tense, what it is, and how we can use it effectively. So the first thing that we're going to consider is what is the structure of this tense, so the structure of the present continuous tense. The first thing we need is the subject. The subject being that which performs the action, so it could be a person or a thing or a pronoun or an animal. Any of those things could be the subject. We would need our auxiliary verb. And that would be either am, is, or are. Notice that these are all forms of the verb to be. By the way, this is the positive form. We'll look at the negative form later. And so, after that, using our auxiliary verb, we will have our root verb. And then the ing suffix. And then the rest of our sentence after that. So this is going to be our structure, our subject, auxiliary verb, which will be one of these, am, is, or are, and then our root verb and the ing suffix. Let's take a look at a few examples. So, I am teaching you English. Okay, so we have our subject, I, because it's me that's performing the action. We have our auxiliary verb, in this case am. Why is it am? Because we use am when it is the first person singular of the verb to be. We have teaching, so we have our root verb, teach, and then we've employed the ing suffix at the end. So this would be an example of the present continuous tense in action. So let's take a look at another example. We could say, you are learning a new language. You are learning a new language. So we have our subject, you, that which is performing the action. We have our auxiliary verb, are, as it's auxiliary verb as it's supporting the main verb. The reason why it's are is because we would use are if it's second person singular, that is you, or any of the plural forms. So first person plural, second person plural, third person plural. Or in other words, we, you plural, or they. Yeah? And then we have our root verb, learn, and then our ing suffix. In our final example, we could say he is fighting with his brother. Okay, he is fighting with his brother. So we have our subject, he, and this time we're using is. Why are we using is? That's because the employment of the pronoun he is showing us that it's third person plural. And if it's third person plural, we'll use the form of the verb to be in present simple, is. So is going to be our auxiliary verb. And then we have our root verb, fight, and then we're also using the ing suffix. This would be another example of an English sentence used in present continuous